Okay, everybody, I've told everybody in the house that I'm doing a presentation so that hopefully there won't be any interruptions. And I've got the microphone right up next to my mouth so that the recording is clear and concise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish to the web. Oh, wait a minute. Let me stop publication here and say every 15 seconds publish and make a copy of this. Control C to copy. And now I'll come up here and paste it. Hopefully this works out. This was the first time I'm doing this. Don't want to do it too many times, I'm Professor Sen. This is a presentation on Bitcoin. So first, a warning that 10 days after hearing about Bitcoin, this is what your desk will look like. Some people, they have a hard time sleeping after hearing about Bitcoin. They're researching it all the time, so there you go. There's the technology adoption phase. You've got innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, laggards. Right now we're in the innovator stage. We might be early adopters, I don't know, but I think that we're still kind of in the innovator stage. Don't worry, you don't need to read all this. This is just a copy of the Bitcoin white paper that was published in 2009, and people instantly recognize this as the Bitcoin white paper, just like you would recognize the Declaration of Independence. So in 2010, Laszlo Hernandez bought 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin, and today that would be worth about $488 million. That's if you held on to it. The early days of Bitcoin were all about criminal activity called the Silk Road. If your knowledge of Bitcoin is related to 2009 or 2010 or before, then it's hopelessly out of date because it is gained popularity since then, or acceptance since then. In 2010, the price plummeted back down to around $3,000 instead of $20,000. 2019 was the accumulation phase where people were just stacking sats, as it's called, stacking satoshis. Zuckerberg announced Facebook Libra in 2019, and that's when things really started taking off for Bitcoin. But coronavirus kind of threw a wrench into everything. You remember, about the lockdown. We're still living it. And that's what that crash was right there. But near the end of 2020, we've hit upon this bull market, and now the price has skyrocketed up to $48,000 per coin. Is it legal? Yes. In 2014, FinCEN ruled it as legal. They said that they wanted everyone to know that Bitcoin was indeed legal. FinCEN stands for Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. Is it moral? Money is amoral. It's not either moral or immoral. It's amoral. And remember, the Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil. It doesn't say that money is the root of all evil. It's the love of it that's evil. Is it ethical? Nothing talks about ethics more than having to pay taxes, and you can see on the top of the tax return form it says, did you receive, send, exchange, or otherwise acquire virtual currencies? Before you can buy Bitcoin from an exchange, you have to submit your bank account information and driver's license. So this is for called KYC, Know Your Customer. What is blockchain? This is the most simplistic example I could come up with. The first column is a block of numbers. The last number is a calculation on that. The second block, the first number, is a copy of the last number from the previous block. And what is a ledger? So a ledger is just, a bunch of numbers just like before. And the difference is that with the Bitcoin ledger, a copy of that is on thousands and thousands of servers. So here is my Mount Rushmore of Bitcoin. Who would be on my Mount Rushmore of Bitcoin? Top 4 Bitcoin people. And I would have to first start with Satoshi Nakamoto for George Washington, We don't have a picture of him. He was anonymous. He kept himself anonymous, and so everybody has all kinds of speculation as to who he was or is, but we really don't know who he is. May even be them. Roger Ver was a early Bitcoin adopter and advocate, and he has he was a revolutionary. So Anthony Pompliano, you'll see him on the news programs. A lot of times he's on MSNBC or CNBC, and he is always talking about Bitcoin. And my last person would be Andreas Antonopoulos for Abraham Lincoln, and he's just a really smart guy. He's always talking about Bitcoin, and he was an early adopter as well. And that is it.